The unavoidable choice. The rapid increase of this one small minority and its impact upon the corporate sector that forms the heart of the dominant developmental paradigm in the form of processes described as human resource development seems to indicate that far from being a marginal phenomenon peripheral to the developmental process, it is in fact indicative of the emergence of a strategic function that will lead us through peace to life beyond human being. It may also be indicative of the continued unfolding of those processes which have been described as evolution and which are seen to have led to the emergence of increasingly complex and sophisticated perceptual mechanisms and the organisms required for their sustenance and for the expression of their perceptions. The emergence and growth of this minority may thus in fact constitute the very center and rationale of the developmental process and the most current manifestation of evolutionary change. They perceive the synthetist vision of themselves as being amongst those perceptual mechanisms that are part of the chaotic and relative behavior of an immense and endless whole forever coming into being through the endless processes of change that proceed along paths that are woven of its own perceptions, that seem to lead towards the universal spread of life and its evolution beyond human being. For each one of them shares in the synthetist mission to seek out those who can perceive this synthetist vision and secure their collaboration towards its realization, as well as the realization of one's personal vision, mission and goals, while extending towards the realization of theirs, one's own. Together they espouse the goal of linking together all those who wish to engage in the task of guiding the developmental process away from feelings of fear with their violent coercion and their authoritarian intolerance that beget hatred and lead the developmental process into states of war with their suffering, death and destruction, and instead guide the developmental process through inspiration towards feelings of compassionate concern that beget love and hence lead the developmental process towards states of peace with their serenity, satisfaction, success, prosperity and joy, and thence towards life's universal spread and its evolution beyond human being. Each one of you may, if you choose to, cling to the brutal and oppressive ways of the past, or instead you may choose to be one among many who, as sages, visionaries, missionaries, guides, masters, mentors and ministers, will engage the task of generating and sustaining a strategic function able to guide the developmental process away from states of war and towards states of peace, wherein technological efficiencies will render redundant the tedious labor of people to meet their requirements of sustenance and shelter, and free them instead to be increasingly human in pursuit of life's evolution within and beyond human being.